Welcome to One Guy, One Course, One Disc. I'm here today at the Monty in Monticello, Georgia. And making his channel debut with me today, our special guest, Samson. So let's go take a look at the course. Hole 1 is a 227-foot par 3. It's going to go straight to right about here. Then you got to turn a little to the left. And then you're going to want to come back right. Once you finish hole 1, you're going to find hole 2 straight ahead and then to the right just a bit. Hole 2 is a 230-foot par 3 that's going to go straight most of the way, and then it's going to finish to the right. Once you finish hole 2, you're going to go straight ahead and a little to the right to get to hole 3. Hole 3 here at the Monty is a 379-foot par 3. It's going to take a good shot to get past this pine here on the left, but once you do, it opens up just a little bit. But hopefully you can throw something nice and straight to get it down the fairway. And then it's going to curl to the right just a little bit here at the end. And once you finish hole 3, you're going to find hole 4 to your left. Hole 4 is a 205-foot par 3. That's going to go, once again, straight, but we're going to turn to the left just at the end, just a hair, once you get past all these trees guarding this basket. And once you're done with hole 4, hole 5 is to the left. Hole 5 is a 272-foot par 3 that's going to go downhill 22 feet. You got 123 feet to this tree here with the arrow on it to make a decision whether to go left or right. But once you do, it's going to be just missing a bunch of guardian trees all the way down to the basket. And once you finish hole 5, you're going to find hole 6 to your left. Hole 6 is another long, straight par 3. This one coming in at 400 feet. It's going to be 176 feet to get to the pine tree right here on the right. And from here, you're just going to keep going straight all the way to the basket where there's a slight turn to the left right at the end. And once you finish hole 6, you'll find hole 7 to the left. Hole 7 is a 405-foot par 3. It's going to go straight and then turn to the left. It's going to be about 261 feet to get to the turn. From there, another 144 feet. So you're definitely going to need a disc up on this one. But once you finish hole 7, you'll find hole 8 straight ahead of you. Hole 8 is a 275-foot par 3 that goes dead straight all the way. There's going to be a gap right before the basket. It's 255 feet from the tee pad and it's roughly 6 feet wide. So you're going to have to go left, right, or down the middle, obviously. But once you finish hole 8, you'll find hole 9 to your left. Hole 9 is a 293-foot par 3. You have the option of going straight, but that's going to be a much harder gap to hit, so your best bet is to go left of this tree with the arrow, which is 216 feet from the pad, and then swing it back to the right. And once you finish hole 9, you'll find hole 10 off to your left. Hole 10 is a 286-foot par 3. That's going to go straight and then turn to the left. This fairway is pretty open, but you will have to get by some guardian trees right here at the end. But once you finish hole 10, hole 11 is going to be to your right. Hole 11 is a 661-foot par 5. This first shot is going to be very crucial because you don't want to get too far up or else you're going to cut yourself off. So ideally you want to get just to the left of this tree with the arrow that we're coming up to now, which is 238 feet. And that opens up this right to left line around all these trees. This will definitely make your life a lot easier if you can get through this gap here. And then once we get through these trees, it's going to swing back to the right as we cross the opening. This is definitely a tough one to get, but if you're patient, you will be able to get through all these trees. And once you finish hole 11, you're going to find hole 12 straight ahead of you. Hole 12 is a 283-foot par 3. It's going to go straight and then finish to the right. But the finish will be a little difficult as the basket is surrounded by trees like most holes. But once you finish hole 12, you'll find hole 13 straight ahead of you. Hole 13 opens up a little bit on this 396-foot par 3. It's going to be about 355 feet to get to the turn, and then it turns left and goes to the basket. This hole goes downhill 24 feet, and this is the iconic hole here at the Monty because it has a lawnmower on top of the basket. So it's hopefully pretty easy to see the basket. As you can see, it's here right in front of us now. And once you finish hole 13, hole 14 will be off to your left. Hole 14 is a par 3 at 334 feet. It's going to be another straight shot with a slight finish to the right. And once you finish hole 14, you'll find hole 15 straight ahead of you. Hole 15 is a 310-foot par 3 that goes downhill 21 feet. Off in the distance, you should be able to see a white-topped object on the ground. The basket is going to be just to the left of that. And once you finish hole 15, you'll find hole 16 off to the left. Hole 16 is a 256-foot par 3. It's a very similar shot to hole 15. You're just going to have to keep it a little lower to get underneath these trees. But once you finish hole 16, you'll find hole 17 off to your right. Hole 17 is a par 3, 319 feet. It's going to be a slight left turn here, and then it's going to finish to the right once we get around these trees here. And once you finish hole 17, hole 18 is going to be straight ahead of you, a little to the left. Hole 18 is a par 4 coming in at 507 feet. You're going to go straight for about 175 feet, and then you're going to start to turn to the left just a little bit. You're probably going to want to land your first shot in front of this tree with an arrow on it. That way you can make the decision whether to go left or right to the basket. But once you finish this hole, you'll go straight and then turn to the right to exit the woods to get back to the parking lot.
Well, there you have the Monty. Now let's take a look at today's disc. It's going to be the Discraft Thrasher. It's a 12 speed, 5 glide, -3 turn, 2 fade. So let's see how it does out here at the Monty. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, that didn't work. Oh. Oh my God. Oh, come on. back. Oh, come on. Ah. You gotta be kidding me, Josh. Come on. Oh, Josh, that was awful. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. Josh, come on. Ooh, thank you. Nope. So there you have the Thrasher at the Monty. Overall, I would say the Thrasher is a good disc to get. It's probably going to be a little stable to overstable at first, but once you get it beat in, I think you're going to get a good turn out of it, and it will come back for you. I'd probably go with something maybe in the high 160s as far as weight. Maybe try it in the Z plastic to hopefully get a better flight than I was getting today. I had the ESP, which is a premium plastic. So I would definitely recommend the Thrasher. Just know you are going to have to beat it in. It's going to take a little time, so don't get discouraged if you're not getting the flights you want. As far as the Monty goes, got an overall score of 6.9. Some of the factors to lowering its score were the terrain, the T-pads, the amenities, but As far as whether or not I would recommend it, I would. As far as the actual course goes, the layout's good. It's fairly open, even though it is a wooded course. The rough is, there are some, if you're in the rough, it's going to be hard to get out of, but it's not too bad. You might be able to flex something out or put a roller down and get out of it and probably save par. So definitely come check out the Monty here in Monticello. And until next time, off to the next course.